Good evening and welcome to our April 4th Parks Commission meeting at the Lakeville Police Station. LakeCAM is recording our meeting. Is there anybody else present that is recording? The answer is no. Okay, any announcements from the clerk?
None.
None.
Oh.
Hearing none, we'll move on. Elect Park Commission chairperson and vice chairperson. Do you want to hold off on that until next week when Scott is here?
Yeah, wait till everyone's here. There's no big
Okay,
rush.
nope. Report on Mike Smith's commission park and capital expenditures. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I just hate that we don't have people here, but we'll do it again the next time I'm here.
Well, if you want to wait till.
Well,
everybody's
I'll
here, so
give
you don't have to
everyone,
do it
that's good
once.
that,
Right, the Clip Notes, Spark Notes version. I'm showing my age,
Yeah.
the Clip Notes version.
it's good that Madam Select Person over there knows what's going on too. All right, so just, in your packages should be the capital projects. You see it?
I didn't get that, sorry.
I didn't get it. Did you email it to us?
Oh,
It's not there.
okay. So I have a copy.
You can just read it for us.
I will. Anyway, I have all the other ones.
Okay.
Here it is. So, for the capital plan for this upcoming year, as you know, everyone puts in their, every department puts in their capital wants and desires as what was voted on by their committees. So there's about $1,187,000 in capital. From the town, we have ours for $15,000 to do the Northfields water and electric. As you know, we have the water on the other side and the electric. So we want to dig through and put water and electric in there. So now we can use that mobile unit and not have to use porta potties.
The executive porta potty.
Executive porta potty. And then we want to put kind of a security light up there too, because it's really dark down there. So this isn't from our enterprise, this is free cash. Either it's free cash or it comes from the transfer station money.
So
this
it's
is-
coming from the town and not our
this is
budget.
Nothing to do with us.
Okay.
So it's free cash or transfer station, which you'll see. So I'm already looking into it. We're not obviously having one person do it. So I can get Clancy to do it for very, very reasonable, just to dig the hole. It's gotta go 8 inches deep because of the pipes. So they don't freeze, and then just get someone to do it. So I'm gonna start looking at that, and I'll bring you some prices once I get that. Probably, I don't know, I'll look at timing of it. If I have to wait till after we open and shut down again in June.
Right, and Mr. Clancy's got all the stuff over there.
Oh,
So
yeah,
if you-
no,
If we can do it quick.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I wanna do.
Well, I guess we can't do it until July 1st. Right, that's when the new budget starts. And we
Well,
don't have it left over in this budget.
no, my point is he can do it and then he bills us July 1st. It's when we get billed, it's not when they do it.
Okay.
So if he can agree to do that, I'll get it done ASAP.
Right.
And then, the other stuff is the ARPA stuff as pertains to us. So we had a meeting, capital expenditures committee meeting. And, so there's money from the county, Plymouth County ARPA, which, the Gamache Playground came out of.
Yep.
Old Town Hall restroom was approved, but it hasn't been expended. The ambulance and the water project, and that hasn't been truly expended, so that was about 818,000. More than that, 800. Anyway, after these expenditures is $818,000 left. Then we have direct funding ARPA, which, what did we do? The feasibility study, COVID vaccine testing was 100 grand, but we're not doing that. Tennis courts came out of it, new field project came out of it. Outdoor stage cover, which is gonna be on the outdoor stage of the COA, whatever.
The Arts
The town,
Council.
yeah. The new field supplement and the firefighter staffing. So, after all of that, there was 500,000, so there's about 1.3 to play with. It's all not gonna be used this year. Plymouth County wanted us to get it in as soon as possible, but because of the change in select board, we got a little extension. So we're gonna be meeting again, once they get the Plymouth County stuff, and then, once everything is done, it'll go to select board, and then it goes to town meeting in June. So that's where it stands.
So are you asking for projects?
No,
or-
I'm giving you an update.
Okay.
We had put in for, so what we had put in for, sorry,
We put in for a playground at John Pond Park, and we put in for, a playground at Clear Pond Park and redoing the basketball courts into a basketball court and a volleyball court at Clear Pond.
so the first thing that we put in for was the 150.
Skate park.
Skate park.
Yep.
Which is going to get done if it goes through the select board, that's what they gotta do. Then we put in for replace the beach playground at Clear Pond, replace the basketball court at Clear Pond, and renovate and add to the playground at John Pond. It was discussed and decided that the existing skate park should be done and the renovate and add to the playground at John Pond Park. But the issue is, nobody believed these numbers.
I mean, nobody believed those numbers.
They don't think there's enough money in there to do it.
For both of them?
To replace the basketball and volley courts at Clear Pond, they don't think, in their mind, they haven't seen anything. Like normally we would show them like we did with the skate park or Northfields or anything or whatever was done. Their number one reason is they don't want to right now put money into something that's only open for 2 months. Okay. Because there are a lot of other ARPA things that are truly necessary in the town. I'm not putting them top to bottom, but there are more, Public Works needs a lot of stuff. Voting machines, Arts Council, facilities, fire department. So there's a lot of, and obviously we can't do all. So, basically this round, we would still get another 200 grand. So if we were gonna put in a priority order, I think the skate park is number one,
Yes.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But then the park at John Pond and the park at Clear Pond are pretty much the same amount of money, correct? Looking
I don't
at
know,
it,
off the
says,
top of my head, I wanna say John Pond was 65,000 and Clear Pond, I think was 100,000.
well, it says here, replace the beach playground at Clear Pond was 45.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball court, volleyball court was 65. And the playground at John Pond was 65.
Mm-hmm.
So, knowing that what we saw and everything, I'm just telling you that we've already had 2 select board people say they won't do it, so I don't see it. Now we're going to the point where let's go to priority here.
Mm.
And looking at the parks, the number one priority was this.
Yes.
Number one. So I'm happy that at least that's what we want. If we can get in something else, that would be great. Now, the other thing that we're gonna throw in, but it's not in the parks, is the camera security thing. Do you see that?
Yes.
There's a bid on there for camera security thing down there.
Is that CC Technologies?
Yes.
But this isn't ours.
No, but it's going to affect us. Because it's gonna be covering our parks. And it's gonna go right to the police station. So now we will save money on we won't have to put any cameras here.
So do we have, we already have bought the cameras. Do we use
No,
those?
that isn't this is just for Ted Williams.
Okay.
We're gonna use the cameras at Clear Pond and John Pond.
Yeah, but we also had them here, but that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll just put more.
But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to save the money of the monthly fee for 6 months. If we don't need it, then why do it?
Right.
We can always keep the extra cameras in storage. So I'm meeting with Officer Malte next week to see, we're gonna put another bid in, make sure it went up a bit, but I think that's important to get that done here because everything is new. There's no cameras for Loon Pond Lodge. So who knows what happens out there in the parking lot or if there's any vandalism, all of that, so.
So there's not a monthly fee for these, cause the police station monitors it?
Yeah, there's nothing, it all gets tied into the police station, which is great. So now your watches won't be going off at 1 in the morning, motion watch. So yeah, as far as that's going on, that's where we start. We should be having another meeting in another week. We'll see how that goes, and then we'll do a presentation because Plymouth County needs to know, and then the town meeting's in June, correct?
Yes, June 10th, I think.
Yeah.
So this is for 4 cameras?
I'm sorry?
This is for 4 cameras?
It's there, one that would be over by one would cover the area of the tennis courts in Loon Pond. The other would come over to where the playground up, and then the other 2 would be going down this way. So Loon Pond would be covered. That whole area where the playground and tennis court would be covered.
Got it.
The stretch between where the office is, all the way down would be covered. So, and if we see something else that we need to do, but I think the real reason for doing all this was Loon Pond Lodge. Because there's just no coverage there. There's nothing. People can break in, there could be drinking, there could be vandalism, whatever. And it's so close to the COA
Yeah.
that we need to cover that area. So that's it. As far as capital and ARPA money.
What is this email, was it just a FYI?
What does it say?
This is from you to all of us.
Oh, yeah, that's.
You okay,
Did I
Pete?
put that in your?
Yeah, did you want this back?
Yeah.
You have one too, no?
That was just an email that you sent for that.
Okay, yeah.
Who wrote the note?
Okay,
Go ahead, Sheriff.
thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
Review and vote to approve minutes of March 7th. Has anybody looked over the minutes? Did anybody find anything? I have 2 under number 3, paragraph 3, line 5. It's the first sentence. She also said it any employees, that should be if. Number 8. Line 3. Oops, sorry. Oh yeah. Also, the select board on line 2 will have to place it on the list of items to be disposed. It may have to, instead of will, it's may. Turns out they don't, just for the record. That's all there was.
Okay.
Is there a motion to accept the minutes?
I motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
All aye. And that's number 5. Okay. Next, vote to review the minutes of March 21st. We'll do the ones with the picture of the skate park first, because that was our first meeting. Everybody look at those. Any errors or omissions? I just have one, well, actually 2. Melissa Turcotte called the meeting to order at 7:03. It was like 6:47 because we were here by
That's right.
7.
You're correct.
And the same thing at the end was like 6:53
Yep.
because we were here
Sorry.
No worries. It was cold, so it seemed like we were there for a very long time, but. Any motion to accept those minutes?
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
I can't. I wasn't there.
Oh, you still can.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
It's pretty useful tonight.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, I know, but it's weird because you're still allowed to, vote.
Oh.
Minutes accepted. Okay, Thursday, March 21st, 7 p.m. I just had one. Item number 7, paragraph 2. When it says Mike Smith asked about the difference between the Freetown Lakeville United and Freetown Lakeville Recreation. Did you do that, Mike? Because that sounds like something I would do, not something you would do.
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Perfect. Then we're good. I'm like, that doesn't sound like Mike. That so sounds like me. Okay.
It's so confusing.
Any other errors, omissions, or additions that need to be added? Okay, a motion to accept.
So made.
Michael, second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All aye. Minutes are accepted. Okay. Review of Park Commission budget. Did everybody have a chance to look over the budget?
Mm. You give us a minute?
I can give you a minute.
So you have two summaries here. One is the revenue, the first one is revenue, and the second is expenses. I also printed out just a one-sheet summary from my own records. It gives you a real, as of today,
That's this one,
yeah.
and that's as a
That's
4-4,
that's
so
just a real
today.
summary, yeah.
So can you explain that? So our budget projected that we would be that much
No,
down. But we're
No.
actually.
that's just if you add the expenses and subtract them from the budget, we're short 28,000 in the budget. But our actual is so far not that.
Okay.
Well, the 28,000 is really, it comes from those monies that were repurposed.
Held over.
Yeah, and so that, so it's not, it doesn't even come out of the same funds.
Right.
Okay.
So it's if you look, well, when we get to it, into the expenses.
Yeah, the most important thing really is just the actual and the fact that, you know, we are 22, almost 22,000 to the good at the moment.
That we still have for the next 3 months.
So this is not a bad situation that we're in.
No.
It's not great.
I'm not comfortable.
All right.
The personnel expenses are a little bit, tracking a little bit high,
Mhm.
but the other expenses are tracking under, so that's good.
Right, so do you wanna start going over the revenue first, and then we'll do the,
Oh, one page.
there's only one page for that, but you have all the
Yeah,
details.
there's in your folder, there's more. After the minutes.
This here.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
So for revenue, the concession stand at Clear Pond, we're down $2,100. Now I looked at all the months, cause we'll have 2 weeks in June to recoup that $2,100. And the biggest weeks last year, they only took in $750. So a maximum of $1,500 will offset that, so we're still short $600 from the concession stand. $600 isn't that big, that's fine. And the Clear Pond family activity fees is short $600. But the big hit is the other field rentals. That's the softball fields and the baseball fields and the horseshoes and the volleyball courts. We're short $12,000 there.
But is that money we haven't received yet?
Nope,
So have we received everything?
not
Done?
everything,
This,
but most.
this budget report you have right here is through
The end of the month,
the end of March.
the end of March.
And in the last few weeks, we've received quite a bit of money from,
Right, so what I did is I went to the expanded one and I checked to see, and soccer, softball, Samurai, and FLAA have all already paid, and those are our big ones. Horseshoes hasn't paid, volleyball hasn't paid, but that's not gonna bring us $12,000.
Wasn't,
Wait a minute,
what was volleyball getting waived for?
Buying sand,
but they haven't done that yet, so.
they have not done that yet.
All right, so,
But it's not the end of the world, they were
No,
taking
no,
that
I'm not-
$12,000 hit.
this is an Eeyore thing here, I'm not concerned about it right now.
Okay.
But when you said that, you said that soccer paid, baseball paid,
FLAA, yep,
um,
softball and Samurai,
softball and Samurai paid, right?
yeah.
So so where it says that, our budget was to receive for other field hunters, 37,000,
Yep,
is that correct? And we've received 25,000?
yep.
And 25,000 doesn't obviously include the smaller ones, as you said, what was it,
Right.
volleyball or whatever?
Yeah, there's 2 volleyballs, there's women's soccer, there's horseshoes. I don't think I saw men's softball in there.
men's softball came in, last week,
Yeah, but like I said, those,
or
that's
this
not
week,
gonna,
I'm sorry, this week.
they're not gonna bring in $12,000. But wait, because if you go to the next line, and that's hall rental for Loon Pond Lodge, we're short $16,000 almost. But our new contract just kicked in, right? So that's $9,500 a month for the next 3 months. So that's $28,500. So that more than offsets the 15,000 we're short and the $12,000 we're short for the other field rentals.
So, which is obviously good news, but, and I understand everything comes from the same cookie jar. But why did this candy jar have 12 less? Did we over budget?
Must have. Well, all our leagues are down, but again, I don't think they're down
It's a lot of money.
$12,000.
And the increases and everything went through.
Yep,
We lost the Cranberry Festival.
we
Or-
did. That's it. We lost, well, not all it, but we lost, the bike race, 2 bike races.
Not for this fiscal, not for this past year. This goes till June, right?
Right, but we, the mixtape backed out.
When was the mixtape?
This
gonna
was
be
just
done?
a couple months ago.
Yeah,
No, when was the mixtape supposed to happen? When was it, when was
was
the
it
date?
April? May?
Okay, but the Tri-Fest is until,
No, Tri-Festival is
That doesn't
next.
count.
That counts next year.
okay, the other question is, so this budget, this is fiscal year,
So it ends June.
right, so our new fall fees will be in the next budget, correct? Monies we
Our
get in,
fall fees will be in the next budget.
all the
Yes.
soccer and everything
Yeah.
will be in our July through whatever
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just a matter of, this ends June 30th?
Yep. So we'll just have to look at the budget we set for next year and check our other field rentals and see what we have there. Because, rental studio, karate rental studio is short $2,150, but we still should take in $4,350, so that's $2,200 above average, so that will offset the shortfall that we have on bottle revenue for this year. Well, bottle revenue might still come through for us, who knows?
But the other issue is that this has been the slow season for Loon Pond. So April's busy, May's busy, June's busy, so we're gonna hopefully pick up more than what we thought we would pick up.
Right, well, we're
Correct.
guaranteed the 9,500.
Because
So
this
it's
wasn't
the-
in the budget. The increase of last year wasn't in, the
This
increase
year's-
of this year was not in last year's budget.
Right, correct.
So that's just,
Yes,
Great.
and then we get the room fees too, so any June weddings, we get the room fees, so that,
so that'll make up for it.
yeah. So that's why I'm not nervous yet. Okay, expenses. We've already spent 85% of Clear Pond's budget and we have 2 weeks left to go. But not worried because I did the math and we can hire 3 guards per hour per day, and we'll make that. So if we have 3 lifeguards every shift, every day, we'll still make it.
Well, it's, how many days? 5?
2 weeks, so 14,
We open up what date? June what?
like the 23rd or 24th.
So it's only 1 week.
But they train and clean and do everything the week
Yeah,
before
but we don't
too.
need a full staff for that.
Well, I assume that when they train and stuff, practice, they all
Yeah.
do that all together.
Yeah, if there's not a lot of new employees, but no, you're right, 2 weeks.
And then the Clear Pond director, we only have $310 left in his salary. And 2 weeks at $840 is $1,680. So we're short $1,300 on the director's salary.
But in the new budget, he was covered for,
In the new budget, but that doesn't start till July.
since he's a manager, he can work and then get retro pay.
Yeah. And then our clerk is at 80% of his salary, so he might have to take a vacation.
I thought he was on vacation.
Electricity and heating bills, and water service, starting at the end of March, Loon Pond Lodge pays for their total electricity, total heating, and total water. So we'll be fine there.
And we budgeted that in the new budget.
Yes.
I don't remember, that's all.
I know it, we did it so long ago. R&M, repair and maintenance, buildings and grounds, we're already $846 in the hole for that. However, the Granite City Electric was $1823, and I'm assuming that's the lights for John Pond Park. And then the J-San gas heating service at Loon Pond Lodge and at the maintenance building was over $1,000. So you had questioned those, Mike, right? And Ari said the town usually takes care of that, so
Yes.
we can maybe try to recoup that from there. Was there any other questions on that page? Rubbish removal, we are way over. Going forward, Loon Pond Lodge pays 60% of the rubbish fees, so, and their fee that they're supposed to be paying doesn't get split up. Like when they give us the money that they give us every month to cover their utilities, it doesn't get split up for the utilities, it just goes into the fund somewhere else.
What is other contracted services?
Other contracted services are the porta potties we had to put in John Pond Park. And that we still have to put on John Pond Park, that's gonna cost us $1,500. So that account is gonna be way off, but that's gonna be helped. The Bay State sewage, where our septic tank was pumped, our 2 septic tanks were pumped for $2,000 each, came out of there. So there's reasons, like, it's not just, the only one that is hard to explain is the other field rentals. Groundskeeping supplies, we still have $17,250, but I talked to Frank this afternoon and we're fertilizing in the spring and that'll be about $15,000. So we may have a little bit left there.
What's food service supplies?
Clear Pond for the snack shack.
So we didn't spend $2,900.
No, because when he stocks the snack shack, he does that in June with all his paper products and frozen foods and ice creams and stuff.
It's still a
So-
lot of money to spend in 2 weeks.
I guess is he can do it.
Well, either way, if he doesn't, that'll still drop down to the Clear Pond expense that we didn't use it. We don't have to use it.
Right. No, it's not a challenge, but my guess is he
Right.
probably will. because park activity and events is over $3,430. And I think some of that needs to come out of the money we had money that we bought we were supposed to buy the fridge, the rescue board, all that stuff, didn't come out. I can't find it anywhere.
That is such a mess.
Yeah.
Because
so
we
I'm gonna
still
have to talk
have-
to Todd.
Yeah, because we still have money set aside to do
Right,
the electric for the shed and everything.
right. And indirect charges, that'll come out, we have 5,000 left, but that'll come out at the end. That's a town figure. Any more questions on that page?
Nope.
Gives me an ice cream headache.
Capital improvements. We're over $7,000. But again, well, it was a billing error.
Just a bill.
So,
Yeah.
program supplies, that was what we had to go to town meeting for. Park repairs and maintenance, that's where the CPC items should have come from. We used it for the tree to come down and the stone dust. So we have to check with Todd and see if we can carry that over, if that's all gonna be spent this year. And capital projects also has $25,000 left in it, and it says Article 4 Park Capital Plan. So we'll have to see if that can be taken over too, or if that's the $7,000 for the electricity for the shed. And all those projects needed to come out of there. Any questions on that page? Those are all Todd questions. Any other budget questions or comments or ideas?
Let's think here.
Your head's spinning, Mike?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think of things as things open up. Just going around the board. No, there should be nothing that we should be spending money on until the next budget. That's not in the budget.
Well, fingers crossed.
No,
We get a bill for that water heater. Okay, to review and possible vote on Free Lake Youth Softball request for tournament.
didn't Scott send a note about that?
He did.
Do you have it?
Yep. He wanted to know if the bathrooms and trash were incorporated in the tournament fee. So there's 2 porta potties there, and if they need more porta potties, they have to bring them in and pay for them on their own. Trash, we usually do a deposit, but do we waive the deposit for them, Peter? Usually, or no?
I don't know if we have in the past.
Okay. So if we took the deposit and the bathrooms needed to be pumped and the trash needed to be dumped, that extra fee would come out of their deposit. No on-street parking, we should probably get some signs.
That's okay.
And keep them up there all the time, not just put them up for the tournament. You should get no street parking signs and put them along John Pond Park anyway. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but you're talking about putting them on the road, correct?
Yes,
That's something we don't do. That's something Frank would have to do.
right, but he's not gonna just do it. We'd have to ask him to do it.
Yeah, well, he's got to ask, and he's going to say, well, because he does that's not a state road,
No,
so or county road, so it shouldn't be an issue.
nope.
We'll just bill it to softball.
Yeah,
We can look at it and see how many we need.
any other,
Well, are you talking about payment?
say that
Are you
again?
talking about payment from them?
Well, no, right now we're just talking about, Scott's list, so bathrooms, trash, and no on-street parking.
Oh, okay.
And the on-street parking at John Pond Park has been an issue because the cars, there's just so many and they park all over the street and you can't, when you're pulling in and out, you can't see. And when the kids are running to their cars, you can't see. cause all the cars are blocking it.
Got it.
And with a lot of cars there and the tournament, he says it's 6 teams, but he has them every field all day for 4 days. So when there's that many people there, there's just not enough parking spaces, because if there's no spaces, they just park at will. And once the first couple people don't park the right way, it throws it all off. And people just park on the street because it's easier.
What's their option?
No option, there's somebody to park the cars,
No, I'm just saying, they're gonna,
other than someone to park the cars, or going out there with spray paint and spray painting all the lines.
that's okay.
All right, but the tournament itself, how does that look to everybody?
Good to me.
Looks fine.
They coordinated with the pickleball leagues already. And they've already told Mr. Looney, because he has a tournament in August too.
Did you speak to Colored Beaver Ball?
Peter emailed them today. Okay, so any motion to accept the,
I'll make a motion to accept it.
So what are the particular restrictions or details? They supply additional porta potties.
yep, it's
Mhm.
50 people per porta potty. And they said that they had, he said 6 teams with 11 girls, so that's 66 kids. So you figure 66 parents.
They're fine.
I think they're fine
They're
too.
fine.
So how many additional porta potties are we gonna ask them to supply?
I think if they wanna supply one, they can. If they think they're good, they're good. I think if they're, the same people are gonna be there all day, maybe. But if they're just coming and going,
Is there 1 or 2 bathrooms there?
there's 2 porta potties there now. Because if they're gonna be there all day, they're gonna run to McDonald's and they're gonna use the bathroom where they wait for lunch, or they're gonna run to Dunkin' Donuts and use the bathroom while they get their coffee.
Maybe we could just schedule a full cleaning before
After
the event.
that,
Before the event. So that,
did,
You
yeah,
have to see the schedule, what the schedule is before the
did
tournament.
you, contact them and ask them if they could pump it on like Fridays? Cause I think they used to, last year they did on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I asked them, I haven't heard
Heard back,
back
okay,
from them.
so we'll have to see when they pump it.
because if they can pump it on the 14th, then that'll give them 2 brand new porta pots.
Right, and then if we have to pump it at the end, it's $45 for them to come out and pump it
Right.
after, which could come out of their deposit, or we can bill them. Like, I have no problem billing them, they're not gonna not pay us, but just so that he knows he may have a dumpster charge or a porta potty emptying charge.
So do we have to require a porta potty in the motion or no?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. I make a motion to accept Free Lake Youth Softball Tournament.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Welcome Free Lake Youth Softball Tournament. Number 8. Okay, number 9. Review and possible vote on co-ed volleyball application.
Is there anything to know?
Is there anything what?
To know? Okay.
No, they've played there forever. I will contact her and see if she plans on getting the sand. She didn't send a check, did she?
No.
I think we should give her a timeline, because without monies, we're not gonna wait, and, I can't do this, I would say, by May
Right.
1st, we need the sand in, or your payment, and give us a bill show us how much you paid for the sand.
Right, that was the stipulation when we
Yeah,
gave it to her.
don't let it drag.
How long does May to October?
It's a good season.
It's not long.
6 months?
What's our normal?
So that's
4
2,
months, isn't it? It's not a normal season, 4 months.
3 months. April, May, June, July, 4 months. August, September, October, November, 4 months. So it's like 1.5 seasons, but they only play once a week, and they've only got 12 people.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions on the volleyball?
Do we have, insurance for them?
I don't know, it'll be stipulated that they can't
Yeah,
play
It
until
hasn't
it's
come in
in.
yet, but
Did we get it for
We'll have it.
baseball?
yes,
We got everything. Everybody who's playing now can fall and break their leg.
yeah.
Okay.
I make a motion to accept the adult volleyball league.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All aye. Welcome back, volleyball. Have we voted on the other volleyball? Right, cause there's two.
No.
They haven't got theirs in
Northeast,
yet?
No, haven't heard a peep from them.
Okay. Discuss and possible vote to sign Community Preservation Committee contract for John Pond Engineering Plan. Thank you, Peter. Any questions about, have you seen it? I don't think I brought it. It might still be in the office from this afternoon, because I can't find it.
What is it?
The CPC contract, we finally got the contract that says, you know, as soon as you sign this, you're free to do your thing, and then you can submit it to the CPC and they'll disperse the payment if they see fit.
This is for the improvements at John Pond.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
engineering survey.
But Melissa and I went over it. She showed me everything. It looked fine to me.
Looks good.
Because it's
Okay.
only an engineering money. It's not to do actual work.
Right.
Which,
Right. So yeah, the timeline that they have doesn't really, I mean, we're not gonna take 2 years to get an engineering survey.
And we gotta check on that thing about whether we need to bid it out to the town manager.
I asked today, but he's not in until Monday, so.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go with that, but I don't think we need to vote on that.
Nope.
What time is it? It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
We'll-
Assigned park liaisons, we'll hold off on that until next week. So that we can, everybody can be here. Unless somebody wants something special tonight and we can, give Paula and Scott the crap stuff. I mean, not that we have any leads that we wouldn't wanna deal with.
I don't want anything, so we'll deal
Well,
with it next
I think we just approved co-ed volleyball,
Yep,
and, so Michael had that last year.
week. Gave up everything for capital last year, just so you know.
we know you did, you just weren't supposed to.
Well, you can take some
That
weeks.
wasn't in the plan. I can take some what?
You can take some weeks. You
So
can do Clear Pond since you love it so much.
Scott took Clear Pond last year, he wanted it.
I thought Paula had Clear Pond last year.
No, Paula had Clear Pond forever before that.
Gotcha. A couple things.
Okay.
I know someone who knows someone who wants to be on the Parks Commission. I know
You know
that's
someone who knows someone who knows someone.
Someone asked how they can get on the commission. So I told them you write a letter to the select board and then they appoint you, correct?
You write a letter to us,
To you.
and then we make the recommendation to the select board, and then the select board approves or not.
Okay, so that is coming.
We would like to talk to them before.
Meet them.
Okay,
Meet them and talk
that's
to them.
fair. See if they vibe. The second thing,
They vibe. We don't vibe.
we vibe well. We all bounce off each other. The soccer fields are very wet.
The
So
new soccer fields or the old soccer fields?
these soccer fields.
Nobody
Okay.
goes to the new ones.
That's true, they're not open yet.
So I mean, we had this discussion last year was, do we tell them there's no soccer or do we let them decide?
We've always let them. I mean, if there's puddles down there, they're not gonna play anyway. They're smart enough not to damage their fields.
Okay,
So if they see it's too wet, they're not gonna practice. I promise you that.
okay.
Because they're very keen on that. So we won't see them this
There
week.
was a time that they did make that decision, the park
Yes.
commission did make that decision, but their leagues have been doing it themselves. I hope that they won't take advantage and damage the fields,
They're
knowing
responsible
that
to
they're
fix
not
them.
playing on them.
That's the other issue. We're
Yeah.
not.
Well. Okay.
And then the last thing is I have to resign from the Parks Commission tonight. So I have to officially do
So
that.
sad to see you go.
I'm gonna miss you, Brendan.
Mike owes you cookies.
Mike goes, what do I want cookies?
Cause you said last week, you said, this is my last meeting, you didn't bring me anything, and I
Yeah,
gave you
well,
cookies.
those
And you're,
were good
you're here,
cookies,
and now
too.
Brenda's leaving, and she's got no cookies.
Oh, I got a tiramisu muffin in the car.
Ooh, I love tiramisu.
You should, if it's in the car, then you should give it
Still
to her,
is.
cause
I
that
will
was,
give it to you.
I'm telling you,
No,
that was
you
one
don't
of
do
my
it.
best.
No, she says the best thing she's ever baked in her life.
The best cupcake I've ever made.
I make them up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to give an update on Northfields. I think that was gonna be on there.
Oh, okay.
It was up top, but go ahead, you
Yeah.
got distracted.
So just let you know what's going, obviously, rain postponed stuff, just like I had mentioned in my previous meeting. That's why we've added days. But, we're looking to, everything goes well, install the fence a week and a half from now, or we'll just say 17th of April. The fencing for the conservation land came in, but you didn't have the guys to do it, so we're gonna be putting that in the next sunny day. I'm gonna
Who's
see.
putting that in?
Huh?
Who's putting that in?
The fence?
The snow fence, yeah.
Lady.
Oh, he's putting that in too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Frank's got the signs in. I talked to him
Yeah, they're in the maintenance shed.
2 days ago. I'm gonna meet with him, we're gonna go down, we're gonna mark the spots. Some signs he can start putting up right away. He can put the conservation ones up, he can put the stop sign up, where that's supposed to be. And then, once the fence is up, then he can put up the handicap spots and everything else. So we'll have all those signs up by May 1st. So that's great. The drain lines are shoveled out, they're going all the way down there. We're gonna start moving gravel. There's gonna be still some wet spots while we're doing this, but we're on target. I mean, unless the world comes to an end, they'll be able to start lining the fields on last week in April or May 1st. Doesn't mean they're gonna play on them, but I gave them a date of May 15th. If we can do it earlier, then they can come on May 5th, May 2nd. I'm just putting time in there in case something happens. But right now, it's just weather holding us up because now he's got 3 guys doing it. Him and his son were there yesterday. So, it's looking good so far.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so you are resigning.
Well, you have to send in a letter.
You have to send in a letter.
Can I write it right now?
Yep. And then she abstains and you and I can vote to accept it or not. It still counts because we're,
Well, do we take it in, should she just type it and send it to us? She doesn't have to resign this minute, does she?
well,
Or are we
if
just
she has
voting
a-
to accept her resignation?
Yeah,
Okay,
and then
We-
does
we
that
can
have
do
to go to
that.
the select board?
no. Not
I
that-
think they
well,
I think they have to formally approve it.
they have to because they're gonna have to approve the appointment for replacing you. So they're gonna have to have that you're vacating the position, so that's gotta go to them too.
So we can recommend to
So we
accept
can
her
ram, so you have to
resignation.
send it to the select board
Well,
and
you
to
send it
us.
to us and then Peter will send it
No, she has to send it to copy,
to the select board.
the select board and us on the same paper. We voted on it as far as we're concerned. Just type it up and send it to us.
Okay.
But we can
But that'll
vote
be-
now, we can vote now to accept it verbally.
Yeah.
Providing you don't write anything nasty in the
Yeah,
It says,
resignation.
I am resigning.
yeah. We're approving it verbally contingent on the fact that you're gonna send
All
it.
right,
Okay.
So we don't have to wait to vote.
all right, a motion to accept Brenna's resignation.
Well, I second. Well, I have to, well, I make a motion to accept Brenda's resignation.
I will second. Any discussion?
I'll miss you guys.
Well, you're not going anywhere.
That's
All in favor? Aye.
I'm abstaining.
You can't
You
abstain.
I can abstain because you have a majority.
All right,
I don't want to say that I voted for her to lose.
All right.
So what's the vote?
Me?
Choose that.
Just
I'm
me?
voting yes. I'm just getting a hard time. Yes with bells
you,
on.
you abstained at the last meeting for your last, you said that was your last abstaining.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think I'd be back.
Okay. Motion to adjourn at 7:50.
I make a motion to adjourn at 7:50.
so made. Oh, second. Sorry.
Any discussion? Okay, we're out at 7:50. Thanks for
This is a
watching.
record.